Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I'm going to make an amazingly simple and delicious skillet or one pot meal. I have 2 pounds of ground beef and I have 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna get these started, and then I'm gonna add my other 2 ingredients and my spices as well. So this is super simple. I really didn't prep anything. I just took things out and measured them. That's it, and that's how simple I need it because I have a walk this evening, and want as little prep and as little cleanup as possible because I have less time. So tell me if you are someone who has at least one busy evening in your weekdays. Put busy in the comments. If you're someone who also has a busy weekday at times and you need something that's just easy and fast but really delicious and high protein, low carb, you're gonna want to try this. This is so simple in that way, and it is really, really delicious at the same time. So also, if you like one pot meal, well, put busy, and then if you like one pot, put the number 1 or the word 1 in the comments if you like one pot meals. I love one pot meals, and I didn't used to. I used to be a kid and sometimes even an adult who said I didn't want any of my food to touch. If that was you, put me in the comments. I used to be a kid that didn't, and an adult, young adult who did not like my food to touch. And then I started eating foods from around the world where their food touched all the time, and it was like made to touch. It was created that way. The recipe was that way. And I was like, oh, this is really good. I like my food to touch now. And ever since then, I've been okay with my food touching most of the time. There's certain foods I don't want them to touch. I don't want those things to touch. But now I'm a food recipe touch type person. Now that I have experienced so many different foods from around the world. All right. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite type of ethnic food or just type of food? Yeah, favorite type of food in the world. If you have tried different things, what is your favorite type of ethnic food in the world? My favorite, tied for number 1, is Ethiopian food and Indian food. And those are so good. So many flavors. It's could be spicy, is often spicy, but also is just super full flavor. Every single bite is flavorful. And it's my favorite way. Those are my 2 favorites. Then, tell me your number 1 favorite in the comments. Also, tell me where you're watching from. I would love to know. Then I have a second is tied, let's see. I think second is Thai food, and Cuban and Mexican maybe, or Thai and Vietnamese, and then Cuban and Mexican as third, and then what? I think then Americans towards the bottom, whatever American food is, and then my dad is Cuban and my mom is white American, and so my dad always tells the story about my abuela, my Cuban abuela, when they first moved here, or when he was here in the States and he was young. He was born here, but he was young, and they would ask him, he would ask my abuela, my grandmother, he would ask her to make American food, and she didn't know what that meant, so she made hot dogs. And that's what she made. That's what they had when he said American, can you just make us some American food? And she would make hot dogs. So maybe that's American food, I don't know. Now I'm going to start adding some seasoning. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of everything right now, and then I'm going to do another teaspoon of everything after I add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder as my meat is starting to cook. 1 teaspoon of pink salt. Ooh. And then 1 teaspoon of basil, dried basil. 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of pink salt, and 1 teaspoon of basil. Now, am going to mix this, and then I'm going to add my other ingredients, and then I'm going to add the rest of the spices, and then I'm just going to let it saute till everything is cooked. So it's almost done. My butter isn't melted all the way yet, but that's okay because I want it to melt with the rest of the ingredients too. All right, so now I'm going to add to this my spinach. I have 2 cups of packed down spinach. 2 cups of packed spinach. Spinach is so nutrient dense for you. It has so much good nutrients. It has iron and it has vitamin C even. It has, I need to actually memorize what it has because it has so much that I can't remember it all. But it has so many good nutrients. So I'm going to get this starting to reduce in size. So it's something that's amazing to add to any recipe. I mean, whenever you can, eat spinach. You're going to be better for it. All right. And now I'm going to add my 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to mix that. And then I have one more ingredient before I add the rest of my spices again. And then it's just going to be letting it saute. So tell me where you're watching from. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video. You're going to want to make it. And the whole world needs to know that they can. And that there's easy, simple, fast dishes for busy evenings that are absolutely delicious, but high protein, low carb. And that the whole family can love. All right. And that don't require a lot of prep. No prep. Spinach I took out of the bag. Meat I took out of the fridge. And the last ingredient I took out of the freezer, but I didn't have to cut anything, and I didn't have to mix anything outside of cooking it right here. All right. Now I'm going to add my cauliflower rice. So I have 2 bags of 12 ounces of cauliflower rice. And I really like to break it up before I get it in here because it's so much easier than doing it in the pan. Okay, 1 bag. I got a big clump. I didn't want to get a big clump. Hello, where are you watching from? Tell me in the comments. If you have busy evenings ever, put busy, ever like meaning every week. If you have at least one evening that's busy, put busy in the comments. This is a great meal for those busy evenings because it doesn't require any extra prep. All you're doing is cooking it on the stove, and that's all it requires. And it doesn't take long to do so. So now I'm just moving this. I have to use 2 spoons. I am very interesting like that because I can't control just one, and it seems to take, I'm a very impatient cook, meaning like if things take too long I get frustrated and annoyed. And so this helps me feel more in control of the movement of the food, but it also helps me feel like things can go a little faster because I feel like I can move. I don't have to be as patient in moving things around. With 2, I can control the movement. All right. So now I'm going to add the rest of my spices, and then I'm just going to let it continue to saute, stirring it occasionally. So I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon of pink salt. 1 more teaspoon of garlic powder. If you don't want to use garlic powder, you want to use fresh garlic, you'll use 12 cloves of garlic, or you'll use 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and then 1 more teaspoon of basil, dried basil. You could use fresh basil. I do not know the conversion, but I can tell you if you decide you want to do that. All right. I'm going to mix this, and then it is ready to go. except for I gotta cook it. There's still red meat in here. It's gonna be until the meat is cooked and all the spinach is reduced in size. So at least 10 minutes more. It should be done after that. 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. The cauliflower rice will take about 10 minutes. So as long as your meat is cooked, after those 10 minutes, your cauliflower rice will be done. And for sure by then the spinach will be ready to go. Let me show you. And then I'm going to, of course, add cayenne pepper to mine because I always add cayenne pepper to almost everything because it's so great when it's spicy. All right. Tell me if you are a 2 spoons, put 2 spoons in the comments, or if you're a 1 spoon person, spatula, and if you like cayenne pepper or not. I would love to know. All right, that's it. Look at it. It's so easy and it's delicious, and I eat it in a bowl with a spoon. That is how I do it. I hope you have a wonderful night from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors from around the world. Have a wonderful night. Bye.